obviously difficult to lose 1-0 any team you play, but particularly this team tonight. You guys generated your share of chances, that's for sure, but how would you assess how the team played, the heart that you showed, and just not being able to get over the top?
Yeah, compete's good. I think in a lot of ways it's progress. Super frustrating with the result, but I think we got to keep focusing on the process and the little details that we're doing consistently. So I think there's a lot of positives to take away from it. I think obviously we got to work on scoring some goals. Um, Maybe be a little hungrier on the net, just work on our timing so that we're arriving at the right time, working on inside ice. We're getting shots. Can we get shots around screens? Can we get more shots from the point to the net with eyes covering the goalie, things like that. So just how can we be more efficient with our shots and create better looks?
They also blocked a lot of shots, and I know some of that, what you're referring to, is just getting pucks through and trying to make plays around the net. But when a team blocks as many shots as they did tonight, I think it was 28. Their goaltender 6'7". There's just not a lot of room out there for plays to be made. Does that get frustrating? How do you guys kind of overcome that frustration? Especially as you know, at the end of the game, you're still trying to make plays to tie the game up.
Yeah, I mean, of course we're trying to get them through, right? I think it's a learning process. So yes, it's frustrating in the moment of the game. Of course, we're saying let's try to get around bodies and get pucks to the net, but I think that's something that we got to reflect on and work on. And actively work on in practice, and if we're going to try to make progress on that. But I think as far as in the moment, keep doing the things we're doing, because what do we have for shots? 32. If we can get 10 more of those on net, that'd be awesome. Like, I'd love to think that we're popping one in. But in the moment, just keep doing what you're doing, and I think as we reflect, try to work on that.
Power play 0 for 8 tonight. That can be difficult, but it seemed like the key moment was the 5-minute major, just considering the momentum shift that had just happened with them scoring a couple minutes before that. What was the problem on that particular major power play compared to other power plays tonight, where you were creating some scoring chances, like in the first period and of course throughout the third?
I think just sticking together as a unit of five, not being too isolated, and trying to be individual. I think the more that we can work collectively as a unit of five and be on the same page, that's going to help. I think you got to outwork them on the power play too, right? Even though you're up a man, like, you got to outwork them. And I think sometimes when you see 5 minutes on the board, you're like, oh, we have enough time, and you can take that for granted. So I don't know the exact answer to that, but I think just focusing in and like taking more pride with what we're doing and owning that moment together as a group of five.
Are there a lot of changes on the power play compared to your previous time here with the coaching change, or anything different philosophically that you're kind of learning and getting used to, or is it kind of the same thing, just personnel?
Yeah, we're working on some different structural things. We have a lot of freedom to make plays, and based on how we pre-scout a team, we have a little bit of structure, but our staff's super supportive in letting us take what's given and make the plays that we see. So I think we just have to keep working together to try to find that chemistry, and keep doing it in practice, keep going over film, seeing what's available and what we're missing, and just how we can create better chances together.
And then as a captain, last week you go into Monday and your week of practice, coming off 2 wins, pretty emotional week because of all the changes in the off season. Now you go into a week where you're coming off 2 losses and preparing for a road trip. How do you think your focus is, and what's that going to be, as a captain and as a team going into this week?
I'd like to say if you win or lose the 2 games, your focus on Monday should be the same, right? You should have confidence because of the way you prepare, not because of the outcome of the weekend. But I definitely do think there's going to be a bit of a chip on us this week in practice. Like, I think everyone's going to be working together to hold each other accountable as much as we can, and making sure that, like I said, like, we're finishing pucks in practice and working on the things that maybe weren't executed as well as we could have this weekend.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.